Good morning and welcome back to Universal Studios Hollywood. Okay, so today we have a big update for FanFest night, so let's go take a look inside of the park to see what we have. Alright, just approaching the park right now. I just wanted to talk about FanFest nights because a lot of you don't know what's happening yet. So FanFest nights is like anime meets Halloween Horror Nights. They have a bunch of different experiences for you to see. They have a bunch of shows. And during the event, they also have 2 walkthrough experiences, one themed to Star Trek, the other themed to Dungeons and Dragons. It's very, very similar to Halloween Horror Nights, and if you're looking around, you'll see very similar event lighting as what they usually do for Halloween Horror Nights. Alright, so just made it into the park. You could see that right off the bat. We have some FanFest night signs and lighting trusses. Now, to our knowledge, no decorations yet for FanFest nights, but this is definitely a start. Lots of lighting here. I've never seen trusses set up like this. Approaching Waterworld, we have another one of those FanFest night trusses, but you can see in Lemley Courtyard, it's currently blocked off, and it looks like they're setting up another bar. So for Halloween Horror Nights, they set this up as a themed bar. Usually it's Chucky, but since Elphaba and Glinda are going to be featured at this year's event, and since we're so close to a Wicked-themed restaurant, I think it's safe to guess that this will be a Wicked-themed bar. And maybe to the left, we'll have the meet and greet with Elphaba and Glinda. So all of this stuff went up overnight, and there isn't much set up quite yet, as you can see. But we'll keep our eyes peeled on this location. Okay, now walking up to the New York section of the park, you can see that we have very tall trusses set up by Kung Fu Panda Adventure. So it's either this area or the plaza, but one of the two will be used for a One Piece themed fan zone. During Halloween Horror Nights, we have scare zones, but during FanFest nights, we have fan zones. And this section might be dedicated to One Piece. You'll see some of the pirates walking around and interacting with you. And to our right, we have the Jujutsu Kaisen stunt show. It'll take place inside of the DreamWorks Theater. Here are some of our One Piece themed trusses. The base or the G block cover looks really nice. And then they have that same wooden pine design going straight up. Universal Plaza is currently blocked off and they've set up a temporary stage. This could be used for multiple things. It could either be FanFest night related. They have a big summer event taking place this summer, so it could be in relation to that. Or grad night is approaching next month, so this could be in relation to grad night, or it could be utilized for all 3 events. We have a lot of those trusses set up down this walking path of Universal. Even more truss work set up over here, and I just wanted to look at the truss because they have this weird design on it. I'm not exactly sure what this is. Now looking at Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift, looking towards the window frames that went up recently. See that glass is slowly starting to get installed in those window frames. A lot sooner than I expected, but those are going up very, very quickly. And for the first time in what feels like 6 months, Super Silly Funland is open. No one obviously running through. It's a little bit of a colder day. Everything is running right now. The water smells great. It's really, really nice to see this open and running. It adds so much kinetic energy to this side of the park. All right, a bit of a different angle onto Hollywood Drift right now, but this view gives us a really nice look into the mech bay, and it seems like they're almost done with the track. They're only left with like maybe 3 or 4 pieces of track to install, and I feel like we'll get some ride vehicles on site very soon. But looking in the mech bay, it looks like they're setting up for that installation very soon. A lot of wiring and things going on in there. But the installation of ride vehicles is going to be next level. We still have no idea what these ride vehicles are going to look like. I'd imagine they look like just cars from the movie. But we have a big reveal very, very soon, hopefully in the next month. Okay, focusing away from the dive loop, see that more supports have been staged, but these square supports will be utilized for the sound barriers that surround different pieces of the track. So right now we know that there's going to be a sound barrier right over here in front of Fire Station 51. But Universal announced that those sound barriers are going to go around high scream moments, so they'll probably be around the inversions as well. There's a big dive loop that's going to be set up right there. And since it's so close to the Universal campus, I'd imagine that we'll have a bunch of sound barriers around that back half of the project. You know, it kind of sucks that they have to do all the sound barriers and some little extra pieces because of where Universal is placed. Like, if this roller coaster wasn't on the side of the hill, this roller coaster would have been done by now. They probably would have just had to work on some theming and then they would have been able to open the ride. But there's so many extra steps that they need to take right now. So that's installation of the sound barriers, obviously theming on the bottom half of the hill. They got to fill this entire thing up with gravel. The deconstruction of this giant crane that we have, and obviously some theming. And then there's some little things they need to do. Obviously, for any coaster, this is true. They have to ride test probably 100,000 cycles. And hopefully, just hopefully, we get ride audio on this ride. And that might make things a little more complicated as far as the grand opening goes and the set date. But it would overall make our ride experience so much better because I feel like you guys would want to ride the ride with music. I definitely do. And there's obviously some touch-ups that need to be done paint-wise. You can see this bit of track is showing the original color of the track. And right above it as well, you can see that this needs to get painted. The lighting trusses for FanFest nights have been set up in Simpsons Land along with in front of the lower lot entrance. So during FanFest nights, the studio tour isn't open, but you're going to be utilizing the studio tour entrance to get to Hill Valley 1955. They are turning the entirety of Hill Valley into Hill Valley 1955. They're going to have Marty McFly, Doc Brown, all the iconic characters of Back to the Future a part of this experience, and the entrance would be right over here. We're about 24 days until the start of FanFest nights, and I'm so excited. The event runs for about 14 nights in total, and it's roughly $70 a ticket. My only complaint, the price for the multi-event night ticket is $250. This prices this event a lot higher than Halloween Horror Nights. Knowing myself, I'm going to purchase this ticket, but I am going to have some high expectations for the event. I'm really hoping that they deliver with this event. It is its very first year. Definitely expecting some FanFest merchandise soon. It looks like all we have right now is this little plaque. That's everything I have for you at Universal Studios Hollywood today. I'll be back very soon when we get more updates on FanFest nights. I'm basically at the park every day leading up to the event. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm JP, and how they say in the movies, that's a wrap. I'll see you guys in the next one.